Welcome back to Rod Reacts. Hopefully you're having a good day, a positive day, and we're going to learn more about Brahma today and why we don't worship Brahma as creator God. Even though I do believe he created everything, you don't worship Brahma because your spirit needs to go up into the universe and be as one, from what I've learned. Correct me if I'm wrong. But for now, let's check out this video and let's see what they have to say and let's see what we can learn.
Since Brahma is the creator, why do so few people worship him in comparison to other gods like Vishnu and Shiva?
Very good.
Good question.
See, this is very interesting, and the idea of, this is, look, Hinduism comes in two flavors, as I may keep mentioning. Don't forget that, otherwise you're in big trouble. One is personality-oriented Hinduism, idea of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Mother Goddesses, and so on. The other is impersonal Hinduism, which is kind of principle-oriented Hinduism, which I strongly prefer. It talks of the ultimate, the underpinning to this reality is something different from what it appears. Underpinning to my true self is quite different from what it appears, like this person waving arms.
Right.
That is a principle-oriented Hinduism, and the words are Atman and Brahman that you'll hear again and again. The personality-oriented Hinduism is also equal, they're both flavors. Not saying one is better. The one that appeals to go for it. A lot of devout people prefer the personality-oriented Hinduism.
So he said one's not better than the other. Whatever your flavor is, you go for it.
Christians, the Muslims prefer the personality-oriented religion. Because they only think of ultimate reality as super person, whether it's with shape or without shape. But this is how they like to think of its spirituality. The same is with majority of Hindus. Now in this particular personality-oriented Hinduism, we got this idea that there are three major forms of gods that you can think about. Brahma is a god with four heads, means looking in all the directions, is the creator god. So we give different roles to the idea of God and say Brahma is let's think of the god in the role of the creator, same god, but in the role of the creator we call him Brahma. And he's given his four heads and all that. And there's only, I think, one or two temples in the whole of India worshipping Brahma.
Really?
The rest have disappeared. Wow. And I asked myself, why is that? The reason I suspect, look, I'm very careful about my language, is because the Hindus think, look, Brahma has done his job, he has created, so good luck. We don't need to worship him anymore.
He said Brahma did his job, he created everything. I almost thought he was going to say we don't need him anymore. I almost thought he was going to say that.
He's done his job. He's out of the system.
Oh, he did.
Then the second god they worship is Vishnu. Vishnu, they say, is the one who is kind of all-pervading, Vishnu. And this idea of God as if you're like one who is going to preserve, not only just create and leave us alone. Say, okay, you get on with it. If somebody says, no, I keep interacting with humanity. I'm Vishnu. I must look after the whole of this creation.
More relevant.
So that is the role of God as a preserver. So God is given the role of creator is called Brahma, and there are very few, I think there are only a couple of temples in India. There are tens of thousands of temples devoted to Vishnu, because he's still interacting with us, so let's interact with him and say, oh no, let's sort me out.
He's
Lots
more
of temples to Vishnu. And Shiva, poor Shiva was given the role, this is purely from the Vaishnava tradition, they have different ideas. That's Shiva, destroyer. Now the Shiva tradition people say, how dare you say we are just a destroyer? So you see the image of Shiva as Nataraj. You've seen this kind of cycle of fire and Shiva dancing in the middle. This is the dance of Shiva, Nataraj, Lord of the dance. And here the Shiva tradition say you see in one hand drum, signal of creation, another hand fire, symbol of destruction, one hand pointing, giving wounds, preserver. So God as creator, preserver, and destroyer is the idea of Nataraj in the Shiva tradition. But in the Vaishnava tradition say Shiva is the destroyer. But Vishnu is the preserver. So most human beings like to kind of interact with a God is going to kind of interact with you here, preserve you, help you. So that's why there's a lot of devotion to Vishnu and less devotion to Brahma. He's done his job and gone. Look, when you look at personality-oriented Hinduism, you'll have hundreds of questions arise. Say, how can you have this? You see, personality-oriented Hinduism is more narrative-oriented. It's colorful narrative. While principle-oriented Hinduism doesn't have this kind of artificiality or this division. But this you must recognize. When it comes to philosophic challenges that you are going to get, how can you believe in a God like that? Why can God create a world which is full of suffering? The personality-oriented Hinduism or personality-oriented all religions fail. I'm telling you, they fail. That's why Richard Dawkins becomes an atheist. So I can't believe in a God who created such a horrendous world. I can't blame him. So when you have personality-oriented religion, you are in
I get
trouble.
what you're saying, man.
Move on to the principle-oriented Hinduism, which is very safe. Only safe. It has got the challenge to say, tell science, I'll take you forward now. So this is why I said there are two flavors. Not that one is better. Suppose you have a devout grandparents. They love Vishnu, they love Shiva. You say, no, believe in Atman. They say, go away, my boy. I love Shiva. Let it be. They are flowing spiritually in the mode that suits their own temperament. Allow for it.
So I get what he's saying, you know, Brahma created stuff, and he's, I almost want to say no longer useful because he's done his job. And why worship Brahma that's already done his job? He created everything, while you can worship somebody that is here, that's a God that's doing things for you right now in the present and active. So I see what he's saying. It's just mighty odd to me, you know, other religions, the creator is who is worshipped, like Jesus, you know, he's the creator, so we worship him. Brahma's the creator, not so many people worship him because he's already done his job, so what else is there to do? So I totally understand. I don't know if this guy is a professor. He seems like he might be a professor, historian, I'm not sure, but I understand he spoke in a manner and explained it in a manner where I understand it, and it's probably the reason. I would have to agree that's why many don't worship Brahma and they choose to worship other gods. So that was a good video. I enjoyed it. Anyway, those are my thoughts, those are my feelings. Do you agree with the man? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what I should react to next. But for now, I'll catch you later. Peace.